Hi, thanks for watching. This is going to be the setup of my 230 swag, 1100 swag. This is my first time camping with it. I did just set it up initially once at my house, and so it does have my bedding in it already, sans the pillows. Here I'm setting up the cot. It's a Teton XL Outfitters. I need to get a strap for it to help kind of hold it together. But otherwise, it was pretty comfortable. It's not too hard. I do struggle with the ends of the cot a little bit, but it is my second time setting it up, so I'm still learning the whole process here. The ends do have to go in a specific way so that they clip into the frames correctly. The frame where I'm standing now does have a little bar lever that helps you engage it, which makes it a lot easier to get it in. That last bit, I tried doing it without it, and it was a struggle.
Yeah, my head's up a little bit.
I have some woodland ones.
So I'm putting in the other side here now, and you'll see in a second where I have to turn around because I fight with it for a couple of seconds, and where I finally figure out that, oh, I have it in backwards. So turn it around, and once you put it in correctly, I think I'm going to label it to make it a little easier. But once I put it in correctly, it's pretty easy and snaps in. Here you can see where I'm kind of trying to turn the end around to get it set up correctly so it goes in. And I have it upside down. There's a notch on the bottom that kind of helps to slide it into the knot, into the little tab there. Those little black end pieces were the bane of setting the whole thing up, really. There it is going in. I think I just need to glue those in. And here, it's hard to see, but there's like a little red bar that you put in the notch. And then you're able to just kind of, it helps to push it out and lever it forward, and then it locks in. And then just trying to give a good bounce, make sure it's all ready to go. Here I'm just trying to get a little level. Wasn't too bad. I did end up having to. I had my head on the left side of the screen initially when sleeping, but it ended up being down a little bit. So I did have to switch it out in the middle of the night, or like not in the middle of the night, but when I first got in camp, which was funny because I didn't even have to get out of the swag to do it. I was able to just actually turn around inside the swag. And here I'm pulling the actual swag out of the back of my truck. So the swag and the cot actually just sit right at the back of my truck. They're pretty light all together. And I'll have some numbers at the end of the video on where I weighed everything out when I got home. So the side I'm working on now, the zipper went pretty easy. I struggled with the other side of the zipper. It's not because it was in there tight. It's just I think I need to put some wax or some sort of lubricant on the zipper because it was just really stiff on that side. And you can see me struggling with it a bunch here. And then when I ended up having that same issue when I went to put it back in the bag, it fits pretty good. The bag is massive, so it just fits right in the bag. And here I'm just trying to get it orientated. So part of the reasons I went with the 230 swag is that it has two D loops, which are stronger because a lot of the other swags just have plastic clips. I think there's one I saw that had like a Cobra buckle, but they weren't shipping to the U.S. I think, and so they do take a little bit longer than just the quick snaps plastic buckles, but I have one of those buckles on a bag, and they keep breaking. So that's why one of the main reasons I went with this one. That, and it's a little bit longer. It's like an inch or two longer than, say, like the crash pad. And here I'm just unroll it and make sure that the straps are underneath it, so it's real easy to put back in. And I did read online later on that if you just leave the pulls in the sleeves on the top part of the swag there, it's a lot quicker to roll up. So there's the spreader bar, and I'm just kind of getting everything sorted out. And these are regular like shock corded temp holes that are just shaped for the swag, and they just slide right in here, no problem. It's just a matter of just kind of snaking them through. And when I put the bag away or the swag away, I end up leaving them in there. And there's just like a little pin, it clips right in the bottom of the poles on both sides. And then there's just like I think there's like 6 clips on either side. There's just like little plastic C clips. They just clip right into the poles. It's pretty quick. You know, the longest part is just feeding the poles through the
I was like, what's going on?
through the sleeves there initially. But like I said, when I put it away, I just I just left them in the sleeve and undid the shock cords. And then it's just repeat the same on the other side. Although I did forget to clip in the side on my right there, and I didn't even notice it till afterwards when I went to put my pillows in. So while I'm fiddling with the poles there, so we're camping at, it's called Bulldog Canyon. It's in the Tonto Wilderness. This is just outside of Apache Junction, Arizona. It was close, pretty easy to get to. Dan was taking his son for the first time camping in the rooftop tent, so it was nice, just something close and easy to home. Gave me a chance to test out the swag and see how it did, and I liked it versus being on a multi-day trip. And now the spreader bar goes in. It's just there's some eyelets, and the pole has like a peg on the end of it, and it just goes into the 2 eyelets on either side, and then spreads out, and then there's a locking tab on the top that locks it in, and then 2 more clips. And then these rods right here are from ARB tent. They're part of their guide rods to hold the tent flaps open. I ended up drilling a little hole in the bottom of the cot, and they clip right in, and they work. I don't have to use any guide ropes or anything like that. I sold the idea off of another Australian camper company. I'd like to thank them for it, but I don't remember the name of them. It was Colleen Campers out of Australia. And pretty much this is it. It's all set up. My bedding's already in there. I just throw my pillows in, and I was all done for the night. And then clip those in, the other clips, when I remember it later. So we got into like the low 40s, mid to low 40s when camping. It wasn't too bad. I did use a angle or something like that. Heating pad worked out great. it did make it a little hard to sleep on, so I'm going to add a like a little 1-inch topper, and I'm going to put the heating pad under that, and hopefully that'll work out well. I'm going to try that out this weekend coming up when I go camping. We did have a bunch of wind that night. It knocked over my light ranger pole that was up in the air, but my swag didn't buffet or make hardly any noise at all, so it was great. I slept pretty good, and then sleeping in the morning, I only got woken up because people were walking by, but otherwise I slept great and slept in easy.
There it is. It's all done. It's okay.
So here's a look in the camper before I pack it up. There's my duvet cover, some sheets and blankets. I did throw one other blanket in on there. And then some peak male fashion here coming up. He's like the worst. The takedown is pretty much the exact opposite of putting it up. You know, just take everything down and apart and then go to roll it up.
Yeah, I want to get a wooden drawer or something like that.
What?
A wooden slide.
Oh yeah.
And they have one that makes it so it becomes completely flat.
For the you talking about for your corner?
Yeah. And then after that, you can just what's it called? Have a single mattress.
Yeah, don't they make mattresses specifically for that?
That's what this one was, but it's a dual.
And here you can tell you can see what I was talking about earlier about just keeping the poles together. I wish I would have actually zipped up my tent here instead of leaving it open. It would have made it a little bit cleaner when
Yeah, this
I'm
is my first.
rolling it up.
I got 2 toddler bags, sleeping bags. One's like normal insert and one's down.
You say cuddler sleeping bags?
Toddler.
Toddler. Oh, okay. Sorry.
One was down. I had no idea which one to use. The down one's rated, for
So
lower
I'm starting to
temperatures,
roll it
but
up
I
here.
didn't
Get
know
ready
how
to
you
roll
would
it up here.
do.
This
I
is
didn't know what was going
a
on.
little difficult to get it started just because of where awkward with the cot and everything. I think other people have it a little easier when it's actually on the ground, but I make do getting it. It's just getting that initial start, and then it rolls up pretty good. You can see here where it's a little floppy on the side where I wish I would have rolled it up, because when I had it zipped up before, stuff wasn't hanging out as much. And then you can see the straps, and just grab the strap that was already there, and it's going to get put in the D-ring.
Hello. Hey. Yeah. So I took it for an oil change about a month ago, and then I drove it in.
So the bag has
I
the
didn't really drive it
opening
much. I
and
left
it
it in my
allows you
garage,
just
so I
to kind
plugged
of roll
into
it
the
in there.
charger.
And
And then yesterday, or
it's
2
pretty
days
big,
ago,
but it fits,
I
you
tried
know,
to turn
pretty
it on
easy. And then, of course,
to
when
pull
I'm
it
putting
out,
it up
but
here, I do
it
struggle
was dead. The battery's
with
dead.
the
So,
zipper on the left-hand side.
and then I looked underneath, and there's just oil covering my skid plate, and then there's oil on the drips on the bottom of my garage. So, I think there's an oil leak from the oil change you guys did a month ago. I'm not sure exactly if the batteries are just bad, but I had them trickle charged. But there was a rainstorm, so I don't know if I got a surge and it might have blown the fuse on the trickle charger. It's a 7.5 amp fuse. I didn't check that, so I think that would make a lot of sense. Is if during the lightning storm, if it surged and blew the fuse and stopped trickle charging.
Well, thank you very much. I just wanted to get in your own words kind of deal what's going on here.
Yeah, so batteries died while under a trickle charge, so I don't know if it wasn't trickle charging or if there's a short, and then my skid plate's full of oil.
You held it in here because it wouldn't start.
Well, I was able to start it, but it didn't have enough power. So I charged the batteries up, like I rapid charged them, and was able to start the car. But we couldn't get the parking brake off, and we couldn't get it into drive.
Okay. All right, sounds good. We're getting the diagnosed. I'll let you know what's going on here.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I'm off-roading, so I may or may not have reception. But
I'll leave you a message.
what?
I'll leave you a message.
Okay, cool.
So you can see the other side on the right went
okay
pretty easy, and I forget to put my poles in the bag here, which is a conundrum, but I get it figured out.
Yeah. Yeah, my silver. So I tried. Yeah, you just heard what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, my skid plate's like full of oil. I was like, well, that sucks. I'm still within warranty though. But I think when I put the new skid plates, I don't think they knew how to change the oil with the skid plate. Or they did something wrong.
Right.
Well, obviously they did something wrong. Oh, dang it.
We should use the same vernacular.
I think Milo wants to be in his bed. Let's put him in his bed. Yeah. Come on, Milo. It's time for you to go to your bed.
No.
Milo's tired now. Tired. Thank you, Gabriel.
Good job, Gabriel. You did a great job with Milo. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the part where I wish I had some sort of Velcro strap to keep everything together. It would have made putting it back in the bag a little bit easier.
He needs kids.
I struggled a little bit, but I got it done. And having that handy grass pad there was nice.
Which, of course, I failed to bring.
Free of PABA, values, and dyes.
Yeah, they made this special pediatric sunscreens. Not the bird. We're gonna lose this. Oh, that's pretty good. He wants to look for more trash with you.
Throw these away, remember? Throw them away. Right here. Google, look it. Throw it away. Good job. More trash. Let's look at that same spot. I think there was some more trash there.
And the turf goes in last.
Yeah, I don't know.
First out, last in. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Okay, here's the numbers. The swag weighs 46.6 pounds. The cot weighs 24.2 pounds. The swag in its bag is 47 inches long, 21 inches high, and about 20 inches wide. The swag and the cot are 28.5 inches in total width. And the pillows in the other bag.